Hi, I'm Marian, Director of Mitchell Meredith, and I'm talking to you in this video about auto-enrolment pension schemes. Auto-enrolment pension schemes apply to all employers, and it's important to note that even if your workers tell you they don't want a scheme, you must have a scheme in place by your staging date. To find out your staging date, you need your pay-as-you-earn reference. Then follow the link that you will find with this video. Auto-enrolment pension schemes have mandatory contributions. Currently, 1% for both the employer and the worker, going up to 3% for the employer and 5% for the worker by April 2019. A large number of employers will have already staged, but there are a number who will be staging between now and the 1st of November. So unless you're a new business, if you haven't staged already, you will be staging later this year. Well, what do you need to do now? Most important is find out your staging date. Then talk to your accountant and any existing pension provider to find out what they can do to help you and if you are covered by any existing pension arrangements. Decide what scheme you are going to use and who is going to set it up, and make sure that the setup process is started in good time to be complete before your staging date. You may want a financial advisor to help you decide the best scheme for your business. There are a number of schemes available, ranging from life insurance companies who will normally charge a monthly fee to the government pension scheme Nest, where there are no charges. You need to decide who is going to manage the day-to-day administration, enrolling the workers, worker opting in or opting out, payments of the contributions, assessing workers. You will need to review your systems and processes to decide whether or not you need to make any changes or improvements to them, to make sure that you've got the information you need for the scheme. You or your staff may need training if you're going to operate the scheme yourself. You will need to assess your workers every time you pay to check their status has not changed. They may be entitled where their earnings are equivalent to less than £5,824 a year. These workers can ask to join the scheme, but you don't have to make contributions for them. Where their earnings are above that figure, but less than £10,000 per annum, they're a non-eligible job holder. They can ask to join the scheme, and if they do ask, you have to make a contribution for them. If their earnings are the equivalent of more than £10,000 per annum, then they're an eligible job holder and you have to automatically enrol them in the scheme. If they don't want to contribute, they can opt out and they will need to complete the appropriate paperwork. You will need to keep a record of this, as you have to repeat the process every 3 years. Your pension provider or the payroll software or your payroll provider will help you with the communications you need to give your workers and also help you decide when these communications need to be sent. This is an important part of the auto-enrolment scheme. Once you're up and running, there is a set routine that you'll need to follow every pay period. If you pay weekly, you might want to think about changing to fortnightly or monthly to reduce the compliance burden of having to run the scheme. You will have noticed that I talked about workers, not employees. It is possible that somebody you pay as self-employed may be considered a worker for auto-enrolment pension purposes. If you think this may apply to you, I recommend you discuss this with your accountant. Finally, penalties for non-compliance can be very high, so it is very important that you act now, find out your staging date and make sure you have your scheme in place and running in good time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.